Hi, I'm Simon, the Hedgehog Officer for Warwickshire Wildlife Trust. We're here today in the Solihull Hedgehog Improvement Area with one of our hedgehog-friendly gardeners, Nigel, and he's going to give us a tour of the hedgehog-friendly features in his garden.
Gate and fence here. We're getting a puppy next year.
Oh, wow.
And to keep the puppy out when it's a puppy, stop digging holes.
Absolutely.
But again, you've got to make sure that it's hedgehog friendly, so the hedgehog can get in and out of the garden. You can see here there's quite a gap underneath my gate here.
Perfect, and your hand can easily get underneath there, which is kind of a good measure that we'd use for gates like that. I mean, they can squash themselves quite flat, can't they? So they easily get under a space like that.
They're amazing and get into quite small holes. Again, you're looking at perhaps 4 inches, 5 inches, something like that, really.
Fantastic, that's great.
And I've got another hole which is a bit further down here. To show you.
Just along the fence there.
Yep. And again, you can see it's quite plenty of room for a hedgehog to get underneath there.
Brilliant, that's fantastic. And being along the edge there, it just helps them find it because naturally they locomate themselves around by using those edges. So it's really great that it's right next to the edge. It really, really helps.
Another thing I want to cover, Simon, about my garden is it's very important to for hedgehogs to have areas where they can go and hide into. And if you look along the boundaries here, there's plenty of areas here where hedgehogs can get behind and hide, and also find lots of worms and slugs like that.
Perfect. Some longer vegetation gives them places that they can build nests during the day, which is great. And also, as you said, because you've got a lot of plant matter there, as that begins to decompose, that brings in loads and loads of other insects and invertebrates that they want to feed on. So it's ideal way to plant your garden out to.
One. It's just one that I made myself, and I'll just show you.
It's great. That's all you need. It's wonderful.
And all this is a storage. This is a storage box here.
Perfect.
Cut a hole in it about 5 inches again, 5 inches here. Turn it upside down, and you put a brick on top so the fox can't move it.
Exactly.
And you put your food inside. It's normally wet cat food or dog food. And then 2 bricks here. And the reason for this, 3-4 inches here, is to make sure the cat or the fox can't get in there.
Exactly.
And this vegetation has been used quite a lot recently.
Fantastic. That's really good. The bricks just stop bigger animals going through, doesn't it? They don't like to go around corners.
That's
so
right.
It stops them going into the box.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Really good.
And a hedgehog will drink a bowl of water a night.
Yeah.
And here's a little bowl I put down there. There was some water in it, so I've topped it up every day, really.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Do you ever put that inside the station, or do you tend to leave it out?
I tend to leave it outside, because if you put it inside, what tends to happen is when they get in there, they knock the water over, and it goes everywhere. They haven't got enough to drink there.
Exactly right. Good idea.
So I'm just showing you, I've got a hedgehog house here, which I've put in there. It was used last year by hedgehog. Hasn't been used this year by hedgehog. But as you can see, I've got a little stick here, which is quite a good way of knowing whether or not they're going in and out.
Oh, great! Just in the entrance there.
That's right. And if it goes in or out, it'll knock the stick over.
Perfect.
So you know it's in. And a couple more things I'd give. If you're putting a hedgehog house in your garden, make sure it doesn't face north, it faces south, because of the coldness. And also, I'm not sure if it's visible here. You can't see it.
Got a little ventilation tube.
Yeah, but I put a little hole there.
Great.
And in the winter I put a ventilation tube in there, because if we got lots of snow and it covers this over here, then the poor little thing can't breathe in there.
There's no airflow going.
That's right. So if we get any snow, that'll have a little tube in there if we get them in there. Hedgehogs need to get from garden to garden, and we've had a new fence put up here with gravel boards, as you can probably see. Gravel boards are a major problem. Hedgehogs cannot get through gravel boards. So what I've done, I asked the contractors to cut me a hole with angle grinder in the bottom of this down here, and you can quite clearly see a nice hole here, which is cut here.
Perfect.
For the hedgehog to get in and out into next door's garden.
Great stuff. There's a fair bit of activity under the hole, it looks like. There's,
that's right.
There's some stuff pushing through, which is great. So clearly using it as well, Nigel. So it's clear that your garden is extremely hedgehog friendly. What do you think is the key thing really that most people could do in their gardens to enable them to make them more hedgehog friendly? Do you have to think like a hedgehog, or how can you make your garden more hedgehog friendly?
Absolutely, you've got to think about hedgehog access really. Access is the most important part of the garden, to get in and out of your garden, because they can't do that, they can't get the food properly, so access is the number one thing to do really. from your front and your back of your house and the sides if you can do it.
That's great, exactly right, because even if your garden's not of the best quality, there's going to be something there for hedgehogs. So if they can get through your garden to the next door neighbour's garden, which might be more wild or have more food, then that's a wonderful thing to be able to do. So I think you're absolutely right.